Hello, and good morning. Alright, so going to be in a little bit of a hurry for this second half here, because essentially ran a little bit short on time, and don't want to completely forget what's going on here. Also, I left my controller kind of sitting here, and man, this is such a cool view right here. Okay, what the hell is going on? Alright. Not very much. Alright, he had smacked that skeleton, right. Pretty sure this one's basically a shoo-in at this point. Does it rain on top of erupting volcanoes? Probably. Don't really see a reason why it wouldn't. It's awesome. I don't know why I find that awesome, but it's awesome. There we go. Skeleton dealt with. Probably deal with that next. Oh man, I don't know why I repeatedly go and decide to take a look at the friggin' nose. Every single day it's just dumber. Really the only way to put it. These guys will live. That one needs to not live. Can't do anything about that though. Alright. Smack. No poison. Darn. Yeah, if you don't live in the States, the long and short of it is, everything's broken. Actually, entirely shut down at this point. Because, well... there's really no good answer to it. Like, there's no logical answer to it. It's literally like... If you have, like, that old man grandpa that lives in the middle of nowhere and just, like, hates everyone, except has a gigantic ego, like, if you have one of those, basically that's what we've got right now. And, well, not great. It's definitely not great. It's like, literally the only thing in the way of, well, the stuff not getting shut down and everything else was for the guy to just sit there. He basically even made a promise beforehand, like, yeah, no, just whatever friggin' gets decided, I'll totally go for it. Don't worry about it. And then they agreed to a bunch of stuff, and out of nowhere the guy was like, no, I don't like Haitians now, and eh. So, just like literally picks like a race a week and just hates them. That's his shtick. Just like goes out of their way to just completely mess stuff up for him. Like last week, there was a mass deportation of a bunch of Indians that already had their citizenship, which is apparently a thing that can happen. So that happened. I mean, it's just not great. It's not great. Why don't you put a phalanx there? I can't really do much. Basically, the last thing I need is another person getting knocked off a cliff. Alright, he's gonna take a hit, but that's fun. You know what? Try it. Good, you get to live now. Okay, so that's left side dealt with for the moment. Just having shock rocks. But yeah, no. So, I think, I don't know, I think as far as issues here go, it's less the stuff that's happening and more the reasons why that's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. There we are. You need 2 spaces. Well, whatever. That's enough depressing politics. I guess the main reason that it came up was like I was recently watching this, well, rewatching this thing on the Articles of Confederation. So, as far as the whole history behind that, hang on. Yeah, no, he can't get within range. So the whole history behind that, essentially, there was there were several different versions of the founding documents for the U.S., more or less. And they had a bunch of reasonable ones that were based off existing governments, and they functioned pretty darn well. And then basically, well, they decided not to ratify any of them. They're like, no, we don't like these, we don't like these. Finally, they just come up with a version that basically doesn't do anything other than make the country exist. And that's the one that they were finally able to get through. And yeah. There's just lots of, hey, here's a good idea, let's not do the good idea, let's do a bad idea instead, over and over. And, you know what? Thankfully, it worked out. Like, despite the odds, it eventually worked out. And it's actually, like, funny to me, because the odds of all of that happening are so incredibly unlikely that it's kind of a miracle that, you know, hell, I'm sitting where I am right now. It's like the odds of the US existing are just astronomical, frankly. There's just an absurd amount of talent that showed up out of pretty much thin air. It's like, well, you know, here's all of the talent you could ever need. Time to make a country happen. Like, just looking at the names and where people came from, it's like people coming from the other end of the world just to help out in a thing because there were so many other conflicts that just kind of conveniently worked their way in. Like, for example, France was flat out not going to get involved for a while, and then they just kind of saw the whole thing as a chance to stick it to Britain. They're like, might as well join in, I guess. We get, you know, our other wars aren't going terribly great, so we might as well. And then a whole bunch of other stuff on the other end of the world just conveniently distracted Britain and all that. It was just nuts. I don't know, not really extended history, but the farther-reaching parts of all that are just really fun to hear about and read about and all that. You gotta wonder what people were thinking at the time, you know, that were on the other end. Like, man, what are the odds of all this stuff coming down at once? I'm just kind of hoping we get a similar thing soon. Like, where a bunch of super talented people show up out of nowhere to fix all the problems. Would be nice. Would be nice. There we go. There's one of the convenient times where, well, burst actually works. Don't see too many of them, but it's nice when it does. Alright, get our pet dragons out of here. Actually, no, it doesn't really matter, because I'm gonna sell them for parts anyway. You know what? I don't think I'm going to end up doing the whole silver transfer thing for Folkert. So, if you're unfamiliar with it, there's basically a mechanic that if somebody dies, you can immediately transfer all of their skills and minus whatever was accumulated to the next level, and just transfer them over. Also, I don't know why I did that instead of a Beast Slayer. I keep forgetting that's what he is. But yeah, no, so you basically do that, and functionally that death is meaningless. You may have lost a character, but you didn't lose all of their accumulated abilities and everything else. I think instead, I'm going to feed them to the Griffins. Every time somebody passes away, they're going to get fed to the Griffins. Seems a good way of doing it. Save some food costs and all that. The usual. Go ahead and start off on all the discussions of actual strategies and things after probably everyone's already left because of the mention of politics. It's funny. It's like, everyone I know is going very severely out of their way to avoid it. And there's no avoiding it. It's like, everywhere you turn, there's something going wrong. What can you do? That's a funny thing like that. That guy will go down eventually. Thankfully they don't have any healing element. That would really toss a wrench in the works here. But due to the fact that there's a chance that these guys will get overwhelmed, not a good chance, but there is a chance. Actually, there's almost no chance. They're pretty well secure in there. Need to bring in the archers to start dealing with things. Like that. What a problem solver. Alright, so hopefully that's all the spawns that are going to come from this side of the bridge. And we're just going to go ahead and assume it is. Alright. You don't have an evacuation, so you just charge. You do, so go ahead and get her out of here. That flows so well. I love it. Alright, so these phalanxes seem to spawn from 1 to 4 health. Those 1 health ones are really, really flimsy. Flimsy! Fantastic. There we are. Actually, now Felix is in trouble, isn't he? Well, dang. Yeah, let's probably bring Hobrim through. His damage would be really helpful right about now. And hopefully, that ought to be it. Hopefully, being the operative term there. Who knows? It'll probably end up spawning a couple more just for the hell of it. Yeah, that works. Nice resistance there, Merton. Okay, why don't you just burst? Fantastic. Get bursted! Okay. Now, hopefully, they'll kind of swerve around the left, and I believe we just got our hoplite marks. Looks like it. Kinda regretting not having any boulder stuff with me at the moment, aside from, Werner. I think it was Werner's his name, right? Yeah, Werner's dagger. Not really gonna do a whole lot. Alright, Voltaire, you're just on friggin' Cockdrice watch. Yeah, you go here. Man. The whole sword and katana thing works out pretty darn well. Just the amount of stacked effects. Because you get a misstep to make that whole counter thing more likely. You get your Well, in this case, potential for crit, but when it goes around the other way, you get your TP reduction. All that good stuff. Right, that thing can go out of the way. Oh, does it get renewed? Must be drinking milk. Oh man, that would be fun. Just like a skeleton exclusive ability that's just like milk drink. It's just instant renewal. Oh, that'd be great. That. And AoE that mess. Really? One? No, you'll definitely be put out to pasture. You might as well just go live there. Of course, I say that now, and I'll probably end up changing my mind. Whatever. We'll see how good they are. And with the 25%. Alright. This is a bygone conclusion at this point. Yep. Command you better. Yeah, I just commanded you to be a sacrifice, that's fine. Alright, I don't want to deal with your crap, so... darn. It was good to let him fight near the cliff so you can knock him off and not have to worry about exorcisms. Please crit. Thank you. Goody goody. Sure would be a shame if somebody shot a rock at you. What a surprise. By the way, if you're wondering, Mother's Blessing does not actually, doesn't stack up as far as doing extra damage or any of that. It's just the same old amount. It only increases healing. Also, scaling damage doesn't apply when it's being used as damage. That's probably for the best. Yep. Now you guys aren't stealing all that XP. Alright, when we do that... Not that it really does much. Got a feeling we're pretty much okay on more unfortunate things coming from the back. Feels like a that's what she said joke, but I don't know about that. Maybe it doesn't. Got gone. Okay, he should be safe there, hopefully. Pretty certain he's safe there. These guys could go for shield bashes, but I think that's too high of a height for that to work. Luckily, if anyone else falls in the volcano, they're going to be just fine. It was just Fulcrit that was on his last life. But of course he was the one that fell in. Might as well collect that bag before anyone else does. This is the point at which they love to just be trolls and start going around collecting your stuff. Oh, also, that whole secondary miss thing apparently shouldn't be happening anymore. The way he was describing it, it was, well, it was just being a little bit annoying, so it was changed to a set amount instead of a chance to hit, so it can't do the whole miss thing anymore. So that's nifty. Alright, we got 14, 28, 52. Get out of the way. He couldn't fall down anyway, could he? Whatever. Delton's gonna go do that thing. Somebody just get him off some hole. That doesn't sound right in any capacity. Somebody take the skeleton, undead creature thingamajig over there, and perhaps throw them down a pit or ravine of some description. There we are. This is the kind of thing that makes Mind Blast incredibly good. But I don't have any of those on me right now. Poke dead, please. Thank you. Yep. Well, I'm sure Folkert wishes he could have seen it. Still love that the water put out the volcano. Join, 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 join. Bye, Folkert. That sucks. Should I just leave him there? Leave his spot for a while? First of all, let me see this. Can I... Okay, no, I can't feed him. Can't feed him to the griffins. I thought I was gonna do that, but no. I mean, I guess I could just do the thing like last time and just basically transfer all of them to Denim only. Because basically all it really does is just save on him doing stuff that he would... well, it saves time on going and transferring between classes. Because he'll end up getting all that stuff when he switches to a Lord anyway. I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll decide that next time. Oh, see you then.